then you can put in an additional, I would honestly say for CC, like crowd control, Franco is still an option they could go for. But they go for the Barretts and the Valentina.
Barretts and the Valentina. The Barretts for the Ling to try to invade early on. The Valentina in the mid lane. And now for EVOS, they need to get additional pressure because the Valentina Angela, super fast clear. 2 damage dealers technically in the early game with base damage that can really shove the wave quick to then support the Barretts that can go into the enemy jungle. And also, EVOS are on red side, so their purple buff will be in the bottom side of the map. They have a Roger in the lane against the Tan. That's a winning lane that can also help early on into the enemy purple buff. EVOS, last pick, mid lane.
If they want to match it clear, I would go for Lilia here.
Yeah, Lilia or Novaria.
The reason why I said Lilia is because she's a little bit more safer. If anyone wants to go to dive, she has the black shoes to be able to get out of these sticky situations, whereas Novaria, it's not as independent. There is a way for her to, you know, maneuver around the map a little bit better because of her skill too, but she is still vulnerable in that back line.
Let's see though what will happen in game 2 match point for Rebellion. EVOS Glory, they desperately need a win here to actually increase their odds.
And the odds are looking slimmer and slimmer as the season progresses. Those match points aren't getting any higher, and if they lose this, there is going to be a big chance that we won't see the Blue Bulls in the playoffs. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Can Rebellion break the dream? Can they break the Cinderella story that EVOS have so desperately tried to build? Game number 2, into the land of dawn. The battle of the Blue Bulls.
Welcome to
Let's see how this unfolds.
Roger rocking the Purify here. So he wants to be extra secure against Eden.
Extra secure, you might add. Annabelle, though, still with his typical build here on the Ling. It's the weakness finder. Not the...
What?
We spoke about this bit control. This is what... Suelo? Oh, I thought he was going to flicker for that. Yeah, now, luckily for EVOS, Annabelle usually starts on the orange buff, rotates over to the purple buff, but in this game, he needs to go for purple buff first. There's no way he can actually greed for the orange to purple to fight for turtle later on. And you can see, wow, full confidence in the mid lane, man. That's Wilderness Blessing and Inspire. No defense, no extra movement as well. They really want to just dominate this mid lane, and that's what we're seeing so far from Rebellion.
It's a good Terrify on towards Dreams early on.
Wow.
And that 2 mage in the mid causing destruction now though. Tempest Blade already invested in Sway low. Will be the trade. Good response here. Barretts finds the lockdown, and that's a trade in favor of Rebellion.
But that was really good follow-up coming through from Vincent. He actually charged his skill before he went into the engage and was able to get that Daytona's Welcome onto Annabelle. But here it is, another 1-2v1 situation. Annabelle, Dreams, and Vincent. They don't want to go for it. There is backup coming through from a D. But that's just it, right? That was the early aggression that we were anticipating from Rebellion because of the aggressive mid trail that they have. And now they're going to be a ways more quicker to the next neutral objective.
They noticed that in the bottom lane, right now, D is actually not fully bullying Brand, so they go straight for the turtle. Instead, they will look for the purple later on, but it's all about creating a big enough lead to later on invade the jungle, because that's truly how you want to stop this Ling from snowballing, stop this Ling from getting to a point that can threaten Rebellion, which is that purple buff. So it's all calm right now, especially with the kill that they got on Annabelle. It can be a very slow game for them.
He wants to face check, but take a look at the poke potential here. Dreams flickers out of the way, but Sway low will have space, and as well as Cars there assisting. Tempest Blade on towards one member as he will pinch boys out. Man, Rebellion really knows the stuff.
They're on a roll here, but Cars?
With the hard guard. Cars, Vengeance as well now, looking for the kill here. Fluffy will not be able to find it as Clockun has space to perhaps find a cheeky kill. But again, Rebellion responds in the right manner.
That was a very small thing, but he walked inside so that he doesn't get hit by the sweet spot of the Dragon Tail to actually survive that. So, hey, wow, well played, Cars.
What is... Well, man, Rebellion, game number 2, they woke up and chose violence. Such dominant pressure coming through from them. The decision-making has been impeccable as well. A 1,000 gold lead. They're on a roll here. They really, really want this win, and you can even see it through their gameplay. Suelo as well, his IMU placement and choice making has been great. He was able to use Dreams' ultimate earlier on to dish out that damage and eventually get that kill and that damage down. I like what I'm seeing from the Blue Bulls here.
Yeah, the timer.
The invasion here. Neutral's welcome on towards Dreams, and take a look at here. Annabelle will still claim the purple as EVOS Glory finds not a kill, just the purple, and they will have to be satisfied about that.
They need to. They need to just take that dub, because that dub was actually already really good for them. The fact that they were still able to get the purple buff is quite massive. But again, for the neutral objective, Vincent has taken his own purple. Now onto the turtle he goes. He doesn't have the death on his welcome anymore, so EVOS technically can pull the trigger. Both red trees will be up at the same time too. Rebellion knows it, and they actually decide to play it slow. They have the advantage here. No real reason to rush anything. But there is something that they need to rush. They need to rush to shut down Brance. They've been so focused on Annabelle that Brance has actually been free farming and getting a few hits onto the turret goal too.
Definitely going to be a threat in the later stage of the game. But it feels like Rebellion, they just want to try and steamroll it, but Black Dragon form.
They pull the trigger here. Vincent, though, will still have the last laugh. Now Tempest Blade as a defensive maneuver, still too clean with it. But Rebellion, they will not give up and hunting Annabelle down. Fluffy now in a 3v1, a furious dive towards the back. And he is okay. Take a look at the bottom side now. He forced to use the Purify as Dreams and Brands, the duo, finding the first turret of the game.
Man, it's the anticipation of that move, right? I think they knew it. Okay, we'll try a 50-50 on the turtle. We don't get it. Let's try and hinge our bets in the bottom side of the map. Get a trade onto D and kind of try and propel Brands a little bit further. But at that point, he denied that away. D was able to get out. They didn't get that trade off. And now Rebellion, they pick up the purple buff too.
Yeah, now that's really, really good, especially for the timers here. They were able to trade equally in turrets, despite getting the turtle and now the purple buff, so it's still a massive win for Rebellion. Because for Rebellion, why they're more focused on Annabelle in the early game is because Ling gets his power spike quicker than the Natan. But now, they can turn their focus towards the Natan. They have the purple buff control already. Annabelle is going to be severely under-leveled and also severely under-farmed. Look at Vincent, 2 levels ahead already. This is why the Barats work so well. This is why Onyx usually, when they go for the Ling, they ban out the Barats. Brance! Ooh. Has to flicker. Okay.
That's why. What do you think about EVOS not banning out the Barats? They had every possibility to do so. And yet they didn't go for that. They went for Charizla and Chip.
Yeah. I think it goes back to the keys to victory, the tendency of EVOS to ego draft and try to expect things, assume things. Maybe they were assuming the Roger to go jungle because technically, yeah, when Rebellion picked Roger, 9 out of 10 times he goes jungle. But that slight chance of him going gold lane might just be the reason they'll have a tougher road to playoffs. Remember, if they lose here, their playoff ticket will be on the hands of their match against Onyx.
See here already. Players munching, clumping up in the mid side. EVOS Glory with 4. And they will look to shift their agenda towards the turtle. Now, 2,000 gold lead Hotel. Will they invade or will they go turtle? As Cars already giving the green light as Annabelle is quite low.
I don't think he can contest for his own buff even.
Tempest the Blade! Rebellion pulling the right trigger. Annabelle down and purple buff no more again. Call the 911, Mr. Officer. My purple buff is gone.
I was gonna say he can't contest for the neutral objective. Not his own purple buff, but there he stands. He doesn't even try to get out of it. He gets traded in, loses his purple buff. That's absolutely no value for the White Tigers whatsoever. Suelo.
Whoa, slated here. Oh my god, a little bit too aggressive there, and EVOS Glory capitalizes.
Suelo feeling kind of Sans with it, you know? That's a normal move from Sans usually, but he gets out maybe, you know? It's 50-50, sometimes he doesn't as well. It's okay, Suelo, he's feeling it, he's feeling that groove. Luckily for him, the shutdown was taken by Fluffy, not Brands, right? Because that could actually turn things around. With just a bit more go, oh my god, Cars is bullying Annabelle, man. And he can actually dive this. He can go for it if he has ult. Luckily for Annabelle, he does it, bottom lane.
Vincent now still opening vision. EVOS Glory does not want business. As Rebellion, they have defended their orange buff.
Okay, it's all chill. EVOS Glory, keys to victory. Let's take a look at their winning condition here. At this point, Annabelle is so far behind that they can actually just look to play for Brands. If Brands gets his power spike, it's all going to be good. Annabelle, just get these side lanes. There is a problem, though, with him getting the side lanes. That means that Fluffy will be the guy who will have to take the fall. He'll have to make the Lutpi sacrificial play to just have all the levels against him, and he'll have to go full tank utility. Vincent is on this purple constantly, and he's technically almost 2 levels ahead. Look at that pull. Well played.
Looking for an escape route. Primal Wrath as a defensive maneuver now with the cover from the teammates. Now Vincent actually taking some heat. He is quite low as Annabelle looking for the kill, finds it. Now Rebellion will not have a response. Actually Sway low next on the board as Cars with the vengeance looking for a kill, finds it, but he will be traded as well as Annabelle collects the double. D survives with low HP, and that is EVOS Glory actually winning the fight.
Yeah, a 3-for-2 trade. They left Brands alone in the backline to dish out the damage that eventually melted all these 3 members down. And Annabelle wasn't even able to be taken out either, so the main damage dealers were just free to hit. And Rebellion lost control.
Way too overconfident, man. They got way too heated in that skirmish. They got the purple buff, they baited the Primal Wrath. That should have been an easy rotation towards the Lord with control, with the resources burnt out. They decided to fight in the Primal Wrath, giving Dreams some space to actually deal some damage onto them. And then it also continued with them whiffing their abilities. Vincent, Detona's Welcome not connecting, and they just went in blindly there. A bit too over-aggressive, and that actually might lead to EVOS being able to mount a comeback.
But before that, we are going to check out this game. A fun fact by GoPay. Annabelle becomes the Ling player with the highest win rate in MPL ID Season 13, with 100% win rate from his 2 times picked.
Amazing stat, by the way.
That might actually be ruined here with his Ling performance here.
I mean, if Rebellion keep throwing like that.
That's true. Annabelle has been getting a lot of good farm, by the way. He's the same level as Vincent. Vincent will be reaching 14 very soon, but look at Cars. Yeah. Look at how they're doing this. It's basically the same with the Moskov, just with less mobility, less global presence.
Annabelle picks up a Malefic Roar, though. Is he going full damage with
his
build?
He needs to, right? On the Ling, there's really no option to go for a defensive maneuver. It's a Berserker's Fury, Haas Claws into the Malefic Roar. A different build to Kyrie. It is more of the attack speed build, not the full Defiant Blade reliant build, and now they go for it.
Spots 5 to Echo. Annabelle almost finds a backside. Now Daytona's Welcome. Good knockup actually helps EVOS Glory to find the Lord. Annabelle finds a killing spree as well. And Glockun will find another. That's a 2-for-1 as Rebellion. Perhaps they still smell blood and perhaps looking for a trade. But EVOS Glory denies it.
That was essentially a 2-for-2. EVOS, Annabelle, despite all odds, he was able to secure the Lord. This is smelling like a White Tiger comeback.
It does look like it's going to be a comeback. Highlight presented by UBS Gold, our official gold partner. You can see the advantage from Rebellion not being utilized at all. They had the wave up top. They could have played it slow, but they decided to fight, and Vincent got knocked up by the Lord, got knocked up by Fluffy, and Annabelle just took full control there. That's the thing with the Ling. If you do clear out the side wave, even if you make a slow push happen, the Ling will be able to rotate faster. Rebellion, they completely lost their lead by not utilizing their advantage, and now they might have to pay for it all with their lives.
See here, tier 2, bottom side will be defended. They will defend the mid tier 2 as well. As Rebellion actually, they are handling the Lord push here very well. Oh, eventually though, EVOS Glory will be able to find the tier 2 bottom side. As Rebellion, their control, their lead diminishes.
They had a specific target, the Blue Bulls, Rebellion, right? With the composition that they brought, they had a small window that they could capitalize over EVOS before Brands gets his power spike. Mirko, with the way that he's itemizing, is he at his power spike yet?
Unfortunately, kinda. I don't want to say yes because he actually went for Divine Glaive and Bloodwing, so a bit more defensive and a bit more penetration there. But no Holy Crystal just yet. So that burst, that crazy burst that can actually melt Rebellion, it's there, but it's not at the peak point. So that's actually quite scary for Rebellion, actually. The fact that EVOS have been winning in these team fights despite Brand's not actually hitting his peak yet. When he gets the Holy Crystal, then say goodbye to the big guy stack, say goodbye to that healing because it will not play a part into these team fights. He can just wipe the floor. And Brands has been able to free hit in a lot of these team fights because Annabelle has been distracting the front line, or just technically everyone from Rebellion. If that continues, Rebellion are in for a full comeback, and we're going to see a Game 3.
2,500 gold lead. But whose job is it to take care of Brands in the back line? Would you say it's Cars?
Technically, it's everyone's. It's more of a dive comp Rebellion have, but they don't have a lead anymore, so they can be held off by the front line of EVOS, and technically, if they do dive, and it does get chaotic, Annabelle will take complete control of that fight.
Right.
So it's just kind of tough for Rebellion now that they've lost that advantage.
So what do they do? What's the? They can't go for a full 5v5 team fight then, in that particular case, right? Because they can't go for the dive because of the lack of lead. Do they look for a pickoff? Is that the way to go now?
There's no crowd control though.
Yeah, they don't have any crowd control. I will still say that their strength is through Cars in the bottom lane. Cars should continue the split push and try to just 1v1 Annabelle. Bait him into 1v1, because I think it will be a skill matchup there. It's a Vengeance versus the burst of the Ling. Both of them will try to bait each other's resources out. But look at Sway Low. This is a good pick-off angle that they're going for. And if they actually are able to find it, that's the winning condition.
Wow. Is already baited. Oh, Brands is there. That's crisp communication and setup. Brands now, again, he might be hungry looking for another, as Cars is still able to sustain the damage, but that is very good teamwork now. Take a look at the Lord Pit. It is actually Baratz now committing.
Oh.
Airborne, good knockup as well this time. Oh my goodness, damage won't be enough as Glockun is there to find the kill. D finds the kill as well, but Annabelle finds the shutdown. That's another big win for EVOS Glory.
The crowd goes wild, and Brands is dishing out that damage, forcing a flicker out of Audi TZ, and look at that damage come through. A 3-4-2 trade. EVOS, the White Tigers, their claws are out. Their teeth are sharpening, and they're looking for that end with that Lord on the way in the top side of the map.
Uh-oh. 3 Brands again. Annabelle. That was a play both here by Swalo as well, but Annabelle showing who's boss. Finds a kill. Connection with Glockun as well. And now EVOS Glory, they are on the front seat. Rebellion, they need to stabilize here, taking the Lord down, and they need to go back to the drawing board.
And now it gets really tough. I don't even think they can defend here. They have really bad wave clear, and EVOS have crazy siege.
See here, Black Dragon form already. Daytona's welcome does not connect to anyone. And EVOS Glory manages to find the angle here. Base quad exposed, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3.
They did it! EVOS Glory are a step closer of securing playoffs. They turned this storyline completely around, and they have another fighting chance to realize that dream, to make it come happen.